fisherman, crabber, done just about everything on the water since I was back. Well, I started with my father when I was about 7 or 8, and I had my own workboat when I was 13, so I've been working on the water pretty much on my own since I was 13. My name's Wesley Bradshaw. I was born and raised on Smith Island, and I guess I've been living here 65 years.
Mid the crash of the thunder, precious Lord, hear my cry. Keep me safe till the storm passes by.
I'm Rich Dabrowski. I'm a gold teacher at Ingomar Middle School, and we have been coming to Smith Island for about 10 years now. When we prepare the kids to come to down here for the trip, we have a workshop and the students attend, and we talk about what it's like here. But talking about it and coming in and experiencing it are two completely different things.
We can tell some people don't like the packed lights.
I believe most of the kids are pretty awestruck whenever they get here and realize what it's really like.
Well, it's changed a lot, but I don't know, it still ain't no bad place to live. My name is Captain Larry. I've been doing this like 23 years. Right now we're going into childhood. It's the base of the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. That's where your whole group is going.
My name is Crispin Park, and I work here at the Chesapeake Bay Foundation as the manager of the Smith Island Center. It is a 3-day residential experience for students. Hold the T-grip, hold the shaft to come out and experience different activities out here on the bay like the watermen do every day for a living.
Get up on the dock. Pop up the dock with me up here. There's a variety of activities that the students do, and one of the cool parts of the program is
Sit down and keep your butt right in the center.
we really never know exactly what we're going to do. It's dependent upon the tides, what the tides are like when we're here. It's dependent upon the weather. It's dependent upon quite a few things.
The Chesapeake Bay Foundation, or CBF, is hoping that these kids will gain some knowledge about what's going on in the bay and the problems of the bay so that they can be better stewards of the bay and learn some conservation techniques that they can do at home.
It was really fun. We were so fast. We were the best.
That's about like anything else. That's about like a farmer. If you're born and raised a farmer, you do good at it. If you're born and raised a waterman, you do fairly good at that too. We're going to talk about this thing because the next 3 days you're here, we play a little game with you guys called Get It Right or Starve.
This is a program that has several different aspects to it. One is to teach the students a little bit about the marine environment.
Who knows what kind of fish this is?
Perch.
Trout.
Yeah, it looks like perch.
Perch.
Oh, perch, yeah.
Are you sure it's not a flying fish?
And to teach them a little bit more about not just marine life, but the relationship between the environment and economics.
I'll do it first.
Okay, go ahead, Jesse.
Jesse, no, belly up, belly up. It'll be a lot easier. There you go.
Yeah.
And then put your other hand, put your hand like this. There you go, just twist.
The students will go out and set crab pots.
The island people think it's a good thing. We bring the kids here and learn a way of life that they know nothing about. Get the kids out of their element, out of these inner cities and farms and all that stuff, and come out here to work on the water. Try to show them a little bit what the waterman does do for to make a living, and we do it a little bit, crab potting and scraping and 2 or 3 different things, just to give them an idea how it is done. 2, 3, pick it up and drop it.
My name is Dwight Marshall. Live on Smith Island. I've been a citizen here all my life.
My name's Marietta Marshall. his better half, and I've lived here my entire life, which is 62 years. Smith Island life is a very close-knit community. It is a way of living different from the outside world to a point where everything you get or do has to be come in by boat. We're right in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay.
I crab, used to oyster a lot, fish. In the wintertime when the season's in. And used to do a lot of other stuff too to make a living, but due to the restrictions the state has put on us, can't do some of them things anymore.
The work is kind of difficult, but it's good for it. My name's Cody Bradshaw. I've been here, lived here all my life with my family. They've been here their whole life too, and back generations. It's kind of different because, I mean, you have to take a boat to get to the mainland everywhere, and instead of just getting in your car and driving to work or going to school, you gotta get up earlier, get on a boat, and go over to the mainland.
We're seeing the last generation of watermen, and so I don't know what will be next. I don't know what will happen after this generation passes. It's very few young watermen left.
I wouldn't mind working on the water and all, but it ain't looking like I'm gonna be able to do it. So probably go to college. Best bet is to go to college. Yep, I'll probably be moving over, staying over there, getting a job over there.
All right, reach. Get in here, Margaret. There you go.
We also scraped the grass beds.
Have at it, team.
For us, it was kind of trying to check out some of the biodiversity and find some cool critters.
It's a shrimp.
I think it's a little shrimp. Or some worms.
Blue crab. It's a boy.
Is it a boy?
Yeah. It's a Jimmy.
But it's something that the watermen do every day during the summer, trying to catch peelers or soft crabs.
I'm looking for little tiny animals that we can feed to the organisms in the fish tanks.
Sometimes we'll scrape up grasses from the bottom and look at all the organisms that live there. It's a great program for the kids, and they truly do enjoy it.
There you go. Hold it in. Hand over hand, hand over hand.
The students will go out and set crab pots.
Grab the rope, rope.
Pull it in.
Pull the crab pots in and see what they've caught. It's kind of funny watching the kids pick up a crab for the first time.
Now this is the big one. Do the same way. Tip, see how that works?
There is a right way and a wrong way to pick them up, and the kids learn very quickly the right way so that the crabs can't reach back and grab them with their pinchers.
This one's a male, and they're both males actually, yeah.
I hope that they end up, seeing how much of an impact that they have on the state of the bay and help us to save the bay. So help them with some of those conservation techniques.
Nice.
There you go, a nice big platter of fresh rockfish.
When we come to Smith Island, it's been a tradition that one of the ladies here, Marietta Marshall, will cook a typical Smith Island meal for the kids.
I cook meals for the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, and it's my pleasure. I prepare them as if I was feeding my own family.
Seven or 8 years ago, I thought, well, why don't we cook a typical Pittsburgh meal for the residents of Smith Island.
In here is hot kibasi, which the islanders we hope will enjoy tonight at the Pittsburgh meal.
Since there's only 50 or 60 people, it seemed like a great thing to do. We brainstormed and came up with ideas for what might be considered typical Pittsburgh food. We came up with the pierogies and sauerkraut and kielbasa and Isley's Chip Chop ham barbecues.
I can hardly wait for the Pittsburgh meal.
While the storms howl above me, and there's no hiding place.
They look forward to us coming every year. They're very, very excited when they know we're coming because they know they're getting the Pittsburgh meal.
Hear my cry, keep me safe till the storm passes by.
Coffee machines have these. Filter, exactly. So it's a huge filter for the bay. The marsh It's just kind of a fun way for us to get down and dirty and also check out a really cool ecosystem that's very important. But these marshlands are doing a great job at filtering, not only to the town, but to the whole Chesapeake Bay.
Good for your skin.
A high salt tolerance.
It smells so.
They love it, and I love it. So it's, you know,
My legs are so.
we've just learned about the marsh, and we've learned to appreciate it and hear about all the functions of it and what it can do for us. The Chesapeake Bay is a detrital food web. But then you get to feel it and to experience it and slide through it.
Wild!
Everything's just a little bit better when you get dirty.
Tom Horton wrote a book called Island Out of Time, and that is a perfect description of Smith Island. It truly is an island out of time. The people that live here probably live the type of a lifestyle that we would have been used to in the 50s and 60s.
It's just a way of life. You're your own boss. You don't have nobody telling you what to do. And so it's a pretty good way of life.
It's just the way things are. They're so isolated from the rest of the world. The kids, they realize that it's a hard life, but quite a few of them, so many of them want to come back. That's a testament not just to the area, but to the program that they get through the Chesapeake Bay Foundation and the experience that they get.
They really do act like they enjoy the quietness of being here on our island. It's altogether different. We've been to Pittsburgh, and believe me, it's a different world.
Some days you'll do good, sometimes they'll get better, but most of the times they've had to stop and find something else to do.
I don't know how they'll make it, really. It'll be a struggle for them.
It's a unique way of life. It's a hard way of life, and everybody's got used to doing it. And a lot of them that live in here now that wouldn't have it no other way.
Keep me safe till